Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is DotP Wednesday Inhouse's lobby number 2, game 1. This is Wivrex, joined by the saintly GolgiApp apparatus, which we just Googled and found out that's how you say it. Even he didn't know, and it's his name.
I mean, I don't know. People all like. Sometimes people call me Golgi, sometimes call me Golgi, and I never really correct people because I didn't really care. But either way, yeah, Golgi is fine. Golgi is fine either way.
Yes. So yeah, my name's the same. A lot of people call me Wive or Wivrex, which is fine. I think the correct pronunciation is Wivrex, but you know, whatever you feel like, man.
I mean, it's a made up word, isn't it?
It's a dragon.
5 seconds remaining.
Like a wyvern?
Kind of. It is a European dragon. The correct spelling is actually Wiverex. And then early into my internet career, the proper spelling was usually taken, so I just dropped an E, made it mine, and I always get the handle, except for on Twitter. I think someone had it, and so I'm the real Wivrex whenever it's taken, and that's always available. So if you're reading this, don't fucking take it on anything else, you pieces of shit.
Then they're gonna take it. Golgi is usually not taken either, but on Twitter it was taken.
That's because you a nerd. Actually, yeah, I tried looking you up on Twitter.
Some biology dude probably took it, I'm pretty sure.
No, I tried looking you up on Twitter before I knew what your thing was. There are dozens of Golgis.
Yeah, definitely. And there is, and when I register my name in any like game or anything like that, I've never really had trouble because of the fact that I put GolgiApp rather than, you know, apparatus, and that usually helps, I think. But no, now on Twitter, apparently every name is taken on Twitter.
Yeah, let's take a moment and talk about these bans. A defensive hero from Shadow Demon, Elder Titan really good, a good offensive carry, and then a really annoying roaming support. No real rhyme or reason in these bans that I see so far. Not targeting any specific person that I can tell. Just taking out kind of flavor heroes.
I mean, also Ricky is super annoying to play against, and Shadow Demon can be also super annoying to play against. Any character with saves can be just such a headache to play around. Like we saw it in our last week when the team had Shadow Demon and OD, and it just was infinite saves and just was impossibly hard to play around.
All right, we've got a Witch Doctor pick first for the Dire. This will be showing their support, and then a Pudge pick. I think we expect that'll be the Flubba Lubba Dub Dub.
Yep, looks like it. It'll be a good game now. I'm excited to see this. Also, another thing I want to mention is Elder Titan. I feel like he's kind of fallen out of meta, especially when it comes to pro games. Like, there has been the Beyond the Summit streams recently, and I actually haven't seen a lot of Elder Titans picked recently.
It's the Summit 6 qualifiers, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and zero Elder Titan picked, I think. Which is really weird, and then like the meta is shifting, even though there hasn't been any patches, which kind of goes to show you how good this patch is, I guess. Like PA is now a super good hero. When the patch started, no one picked PA, and during TI, basically only Phoenix picked it, and now PA is everywhere. Did you see the game with the support PA?
Oh, I heard about it, but did not actually see it.
Oh my God,
Blue was talking about it. Mr. Blue.
Yeah, it was VP versus were they against a Chinese team? I can't remember, but they were against like a pretty decent team, and they ran to support PA, and then she rushed Blightstone. I think she started with like Blightstone, Orbo, Ban, and Tango. That's it, and it was just insane slow, and she just kind of roamed the map like kind of like a bounty hunter style of the game, and just got kills. It was working really well, and then if you get like a lot of kills, it's kind of like Kunkka support where you can just transition into a carry.
Yeah, with those items, that's a really good kill setup. It's basically like a bounty hunter on steroids, because bounty hunter, you know, his it's his Janata, right, will apply the slow. This you can apply from range. You can apply it from the fog. You don't have to worry about getting into melee range. You don't have to worry about detection. So it makes a lot of sense how good that would be. But then I kind of feel like that can kind of start to fall off, because with a bounty hunter, you transition those kills into track and getting track gold. Yeah. With PA, now all you've really got is that dagger.
Yeah, that's also a big difference, right? PA has like more solo kill potential and the fact that she can transition into carry better. But if she has a worse early game, like Bounty Hunter is like the comeback king. If PA support doesn't do well early game, I don't think that character does anything in the late game. So definitely a risky pick.
So Dire's going to pick up both of their supports, it looks like, first, so that'll be interesting to see what Radiant do now that they know they have the flexibility with some of their picks. Like, they can maybe get an Alchemist. If this isn't a Pudge mid, probably a support Pudge. They've still got that Alchemist open, knowing that the other team can't realistically draft an AA or some kind of counter.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
Yeah, that could be an interesting thing to think about. Maybe then people could see like an off-lane ogre, and they could pick an AA, but I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, it would be nice to see some kind of carries, as you said, that are hard countered by certain supports.
Actually, one thing that I was looking at recently, Fafnir was discussing mid Tide against melees, how it's very powerful, and that got me thinking. I'm an Axe player. Axe, I think, if you're going up against a melee in mid, could be absolutely devastated, and he transitions well. That's what Fafnir was saying. Tide Hunter wastes the potential of the lane, whereas Axe can do a little bit more with it. But while I was looking that up and kind of thinking of other scenarios, you know, an Alchemist comes to mind when you're going against melee mid, especially in this meta. And one of the things that was brought up was Ogre can actually do really good against an Alchemist. He'll also somewhat waste the potential of the lane. He can get an Agzo and be really powerful, but with his Ignite spamming, he can really push an Alchemist out of lane, not be affected by the acid spray because it's physical damage and it has high armor and high regen.
Yeah, definitely the most important thing about laning against an Alchemist is having high armor. Any character with low armor will just die to it, and like characters like Ogre Magi definitely can help with that. And although like he doesn't scale like the best into late game, I do think he's actually quite a decent, frontline tank if he does have a lot of items. You know, as you said with Egg and Scepter, things like Shiva's Guard and other things can make him so tanky, and he can do a really good job protecting his carries. So
I actually really want to see that right now. I want to see Radiant pick an Alchemist, and I want to see Dire put the Ogre mid. That would be a nice shakeup for these in-houses.
Yeah, another thing to mention is that Ogre is actually like really good at right-clicking people, like, especially in the early game, especially with something like an Orb Venom. So like, I don't know, I haven't seen it before, but I can maybe see him kind of be like one of those like spellcasty, right-clicky kind of like characters. But
yeah, Ogre. He has a very good right click.
What's it called? The Eye of Scotty. Maybe would be good.
Oh yeah.
Just run around, just constantly hitting people. It's just so tanky, and people just ignore you. We just dish out CC. But it just sounds like kind of like a worse version of Bristleback, maybe. But I don't know.
One thing I didn't that we haven't mentioned and I like is that the Ogre pickup I think was definitely in a response to the Phoenix, because then he can just bloodlust his team. That'll mitigate effects of if they get hit by the Fire Spirits. And then, you know, they'll be able to very quickly right-click down eggs if they need to.
Yeah, and also, they are still open to picking their right-click characters. Any kind of right-click characters that can attack fast. Like Huskar is really good against Phoenix, for example, because he doesn't take any damage from his egg and then just right-clicks away. You
know who I really like for the Dire right now, especially with this Clockwork pickup and facing off against the Phoenix, and even a squishy support like Lion? It's the Clinks.
Oh, Clinks, yeah, Clinks is not bad. They do have a pretty good front line that can definitely kind of muck up the front lines for the Clinks to be able to fire away. But they do have to kind of watch out because Pudge and Lion, if they have a decent early game and Lion picks up a Blink Dagger, Clinks gonna have a little bit of a bad time. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely like it too. Clinks is definitely one of those characters that also counters a Phoenix. Strafe gives you so much attack speed that Fire Spirit doesn't really do anything. You can solo kill the egg, especially in the early game. Anyone with just kind of like ridiculous auto attack steroids.
I'm really liking this synergy on Dire right now, with just with the Clockwork and the Witch Doctor.
Okay, so Dire is just going for a super late game, which I like. You know, Ogre, Magi, Witch Doctor, Clockwork, these are all characters that can turn on like early, mid-ish, that can create a lot of space. And Anti-Mage is definitely one of those characters that can farm really hard and then carry late game. Morphling, of course, you know, Anti-Mage counters Morphling pretty hard because Morphling depends on his mana a lot, and without mana and the ability to morph, dies pretty fast. And Morphling also ends up building a lot of the stats, so he gets a lot of mana. So the mana void can do a lot of damage against Morphling once he's been drained. So Dyer's looking for their mid. Radiant, either they're mid or position 5 or 4.
So Clockwork is one of those heroes that can be kind of similar to a Faceless Void, where if you have a right-click core, it can be a little bit difficult. You know, Faceless can trap them out of Chronos, and Clockwork actually can trap them away from kills with Cogs, or trap them in the Cogs and give them a problem. Anti-Mage is a good pick here, though, because I think he's the one exception with his low cooldown blink.
Yeah. Being trapped in power cogs with anti-mage, manta illusions is not a good time. It's definitely one way to kill someone fast.
Yeah, and if anti-mage isn't there when the cogs go down, it's not a problem for him. He can blink and pop the manta.
Manta, yeah. And of course, the Clockwork can deny a cog for his carry if they need to get out.
Yeah.
Assuming they do communicate.
But and that's with anti-mage, you don't have to depend on that, because if he's in the position where I don't want to be in these cogs anymore, you just blink out. Whereas other characters you might associate, that I associate a lot with Faceless Voids, are like you see a lot of Svens and Juggernauts. Jug could ult into cogs, but he has no solid way of getting out, no easy way of getting out. If he's outside of the cogs, he has to, can't do as much into them. So anti-mage I really like here as well.
Yeah, anti-mage counters, especially, I think I like anti-mage a lot because of the fact it counters Morphling, because, you know, it's Maya's Morphling, of course, and you need a good answer for it, and anti-mage is definitely one of the best. Oh, Storm Spirit.
They get the Storm for themselves with the anti-mage. Very good pick, I really like that.
Yeah.
They have a lot of ways to deal with it, Morphling. Storm Spirit, just go in straight on him, and if anti-mage is anywhere near, just burn all the mana. Witch Doctor cast bounces. They have a lot of lockdown on this team.
Yeah, and definitely a character that fits their draft of kind of wanting to go late game. Of course, Storm Spirit can turn on a little bit earlier than Anti-Mage, but it's a character that can scale right into the end of the end games, getting a lot more powerful towards the game goes on and picking up more and more items. Yeah, and there's a really powerful ganking lineup too. Ogre, Magic, Witch Doctor are good early game roamers, and late game, mid game, Clockwork and Storm Spirit turns on and creates infinite space for Anti-Mage. Kanka's going to be the final pick for the Radiant. And I don't know, I just feel like the Radiant draft feels a little bit discombobulated. It just
timed out. Are you still in game?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, so their draft is fine. Like, they got good characters, but I'm not sure exactly what their synergy is. Their ganking isn't great. I mean, they're going to really be depending on Pudge getting hooks here. Phoenix just seemed pretty random in this lineup. I'm not exactly sure what Phoenix is doing at all here.
I do like the Phoenix. If Phoenix puts an egg out and the other team is adamant on committing to it, then Kunkka can really disrupt it with a boat. That's really the only synergy I feel here, though. Yeah,
Phoenix is one of those characters that, you know, use the egg, and your opponents actually have to either completely disengage or have to full-on engage. So it's a character that can put some, you know, confusion into the enemies if they aren't communicating properly.
So it looks like we're gonna have a mid farming Kunkka, and then the off lane Pudge. That's weird. Is Phoenix still played in the off lane ever? Is it really situational?
Barely, I don't think. I honestly, actually, Phoenix is one of my favorite heroes, and I like to play him off lane, but I think competitively, I don't think he's that good of an off lane hero.
I think, is Jordan Hansen on the Phoenix? I don't actually see a name on him. No, he's on the Storm, right?
Yeah, Phoenix actually doesn't have a name. There's
I think
blank space for his name. Yeah, his name is blank. His name is blank right now.
I believe that's Hexing.
Right.
No, that's not Hexing. It's Deadwing?
I don't know any of these people. Okay. Okay, at least that's fitting. Someone with a wing in their name playing Phoenix.
Who dies and respawns.
This ward again. Doing a lot of work.
Look,
it's
yeah,
so
they committed.
Like,
they expected
this ward does.
Yeah, they expected the block or something, so they commit a sentry right there.
Yeah. Man, I'm really gonna be checking for this word in my pubs now, because I actually really never knew about the spot
I
until
actually
started
I started using it. I just played an axe game the other day. I think I put it right there. Or
Yeah,
no,
it's great.
it was my Clinks game. I played an offlane Clinks.
I find one of the worst things about words that block camps and they're hidden. Usually they don't provide you a lot of vision, but this actually provides a decent amount of information.
So Flub is going to be going up against a tri-lane. I don't think his farming is taking stacks potential is the best. Ooh, Mag doing a really nice job of using his cogs to harass Brick.
Yeah, burning off some mana. Yeah, both of these offlaners aren't really that good at securing farm in the offlane. Clockwork used to be very good when oh, they're going on Meg. Oh, they missed Earth by a mile though. But yeah, with the Clockwork used to be very good in the offlane when his cogs were square shaped and he could use that to trap the creeps into like this hallway right here.
Yeah, they'd you could like cut a tree and then put it in lane, and they'd try to go around into the trees and get stuck, right?
Yeah, and that was what really solidified him into a really, really good offlaner, because he could secure farm every single lane, because if he ever pushed far away, he just do that trick, and he was okay. But they obviously nerfed that, and then now securing farm for Clockwork is really hard. Once he gets some levels, and he gets some levels into Rocket Flare, then he gets okay, but in the early
So
levels...
I just noticed there's a lot of mana burn in this game.
Yeah, there definitely is.
You've got Lion, you've got the Clock, and you've got the Anti-Mage.
Of course, Clockwork doesn't burn too much mana, but it's something to be considered. There's a 200 mana nuke there if you run into those cogs.
Yeah, especially in the early game, that's pretty devastating when everyone's working off of, very small mana pools with no items yet.
80 in the early game, yeah, but that's a lot for like someone like Phoenix, like a strength support.
Yeah, Phoenix especially.
Yeah, but Phoenix did buy 2 clarity potions, so he was thinking ahead that he was going to get some mana burn, so that's a good idea. Especially because Phoenix leveling the
Supports
Sun
look like
Ray
they want to
and
rotate mid.
yeah, I mean it's a good idea because you definitely want to gank Storm Spirit before he hits 6, and that's like really the only window that you have to gank Storm Spirit.
Might get completely
Especially-
spotted out by this ward.
Yeah, wow, yeah, this ward is doing so much work.
Reject though, he's going back in. They're sitting around.
Yeah, but he's like close enough to his tower, should be okay. Hexing does have an X mark to spot, so if Reject gets too close, he might get X marked.
Mag going for the room is going to pull him back, so that's just wasted time. Nothing really gained out of it from the supports. Very underleveled, only halfway to level 2 from Brick. Oh, nice cogs.
Yeah, Phoenix is out of mana just like that. But Mag might
But
die
now,
from
yeah.
it. Oh
there's
my
a
god, he
spike off
juked
again.
it out.
It doesn't matter though. There's enough. There's going to be a waveform for Maya.
Double damage rune on Lion actually helped a lot there. You don't really hear that very often, double damage rune on Lion, but early game when you're hitting for 100 damage per
Flub's
right
getting caught up here in the trees, taking a lot of damage. Night Raw's going to be here. Chaos.
Looks
Try
like
something.
both
A nice
offlaners are
slow is going to...
Oh, denied!
No, the
Wow,
burn damage from
ignite.
Ogre.
But that's unlucky. That's just unlucky because well, it's lucky / unlucky because it's either which damage takes it first, right? And then
Flub still isn't even level 2.
with the coin flip. Yeah, Pudge. This is why you don't really see Pudge ever in the offlane.
Reject taking a lot
but
of damage.
Reject
Here comes the
mid lane.
Sunray. He got hit by the Torrents as well, and that'll be an easy kill. That's weird. They pinged... I think Dire pinged the support as well, knowing that he was there. Reject just got caught by the X.
That is weird. Rejects made something happen. But yeah, Phoenix Sunray definitely one of those spells that are like insanely good paired with some CC.
Mag
is going to get on again.
Yep. Taking a lot of damage, but he's going to be just fine. He still has a salve. He's doing his best to burn lots of mana. Maya, no mana left. No even regen for it unless Phoenix wants to give him a clarity.
Clockwork does burn that salve here, but it's going to let him farm a lot longer, so definitely well used. Haste Rune is at bottom. It's going to get spotted up by the Phoenix. He might pick it up, or he might wait for Hexing to be. Hexing does have a bottle, so he'll wait for Hexing to come over. Maybe they'll look for a kill opportunity with the Haste Rune here.
Radiant's middle tower
Got himself a
begins
bottle,
to
so he's
melt.
gonna be able to regen up here.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go for damage. Looks like he is gonna go for the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, there's the X.
X comes out. Oh, he can't. He kind of screwed
Yeah,
up that
not
Sunray.
very optimized on the Sunray there.
And
Ugh.
he actually gets a kill on Deadwing.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he gets the kill. Very nice. He's gonna have to pop.
Oh,
Beautiful.
wow.
Pops the Fairy Fire to delay the damage from the last one, and he's gonna get a salve from his support. What a support.
Yeah, and that was just really well played. Might well, meanwhile, Flub commits suicide top lane after getting caught on. But yeah, that was just really, I think that was kind of badly played from the Radiant side. Phoenix didn't land his Icarus dive because he just wanted to position himself. Icarus dive does do quite a bit of damage. And the Sunray, he should have just focused a single spot. He knew the Stormster was going to come back to the X spot, but he decided to move it to where he was, and then by the time that it came back, the angle was way too off, and he just couldn't get any damage on it, and that just baited.
Yeah, definitely. With him being X'd up, I think exactly like you're saying, he could have moved closer, Icarus dived over where he would be, then put your Sunray on where he's going to be, then he's going to get stunned in that spot. Like, just, you know, focus on the X.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you know that he's going to be standing on the X for like 2.5 seconds because of Torrent.
Another X out onto Reject. Tries to dodge it with the Storm Ball, but no success. Chaos comes in, he gets the ult on, or the stuff onto Hexing. Hexing running away, not enough there to keep him in place. No, they got a coconut on him, but couldn't keep him in place. Nothing to really keep him there.
Yeah, just defensive rum usage there from the Kunkka, just to be safe. I mean, it's also a very short cooldown. There's going to be a rune going over to the Storm Spirit.
Sunray coming out onto Reject.
Oh yeah, they're doing what they're supposed to do now.
Away, but now he's taking a lot of damage. He's got the ball to get out though.
Uh-oh, Mag is here.
Mag is here. Does he have his level 6? No, he's still level 5, so couldn't get in range for the cogs.
Doing a lot better than Flub though. Flub is sitting at level. Oh, he just hit level 4, but yeah. But well played by the Phoenix and Kunkka. They didn't get the kill. They did adjust.
Yeah, they did it properly. Reject. Jordan Hansen did a very good job. Hold on, Flub got on top. Does not get hexed up. Or that's the lion there. Gonna be enough damage. Now Brick taking a lot of damage. He gets stunned. Anti-Mage is here. Now Lion goes down as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brick not being able to land not being able to land Earth Spikes properly this game. Earlier we did see him miss quite a bit against the offlaner, and that one he could have hit like 2 people there at least, but he ended only hitting 1 person.
It almost feels like he's got Nyx this game, you know, where you see those stunts from Nyx not targeted like that. Flub does get a hook onto Anti-Mage, but he's got the blink to get out. Xerox gonna go ahead and ignite Flub, and now look at this. This is that right click we talked about. Flub taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, Orb of Venom, Windlace,
Venom
and
now.
Speed. Yeah, he just chases you down. Brick is just gonna walk up and polymorph. Yeah, that's not gonna do much.
Now would be a really good time to mana drain this this ogre. No ignite means Xerox gonna have a harder time. No, instead ignite goes out onto Flub. Brick is gonna be the one needing to. No, Earth Spike. Earth Spike a little late, hits just Z-Rock, and now Brick taking the brunt of the damage. They don't have a slow, but Night Raw's going to have a blink here in a second. Does he want to blink forward? He doesn't even need to.
That might be a death, though.
Nice.
Nope, he's alright.
He's able to blink and disjoint the next one. We did miss a kill on Kunkka in the mid as well.
Yeah, Kunkka and Phoenix. So, they tried the same thing again with Phoenix diving in with Kunkka X mark, but unfortunately Phoenix just took too much damage because he now has a 1-1-1 build with Icarus Dive and Fire Spirits, and that costs a lot of health because Fire Spirits to activate costs 20% HP, and Icarus Dive costs 15%, and suddenly drains your health per second. So he just took too much damage from himself, and Storm Spirit just killed him immediately, and then Clockwork came in and landed the hook shot into Cogs, and that was the end of that.
With their
so that's very
lineup,
unfortunate.
It feels like Radiant really need to be the ones winning this early game.
Yeah. Well, Flub finally got a kill there. He did a hook and kill Ogre Magi, and then denied himself the rot. So he's finally finding something there. He's still only level 5. Unfortunately, Pudge can't really jungle, and I feel like that's one of the big things that offlaners in this meta need to be able to do, is jungle with the Iron Talon. That's one of the things I feel like pros complain about a lot in this meta. Is offlane just seem a little boring because a lot of it just
coming in doing a lot of damage to Maya. Maya's got a lot of agility right now though, doing a good deal of damage. Earthspike comes out, it's gonna catch Mag, waveform forward. Mag now taking a lot of damage from the shot. Maya gets stunned, he's now morphing strength, trying to get out of there. Brick is there to give him a little bit of support. Z-Rock is still right clicking away, but he doesn't have the damage for this. Oh, Mag came back in, now he's caught in the cogs. He's gonna be able to actually just barely make it out of this one. Chaos is here, trying to get some damage out, but it is not gonna happen. Maya picks up a kill for his morph.
Very well played actually. Every single time Maya plays Morphling, I feel like I learned something about this character. I'm really bad at playing Morphling, but watching stuff like this is really inspiring actually.
I only have like 4 games played, but it's a 0% win rate, so I stay away from Morphling. Yeah,
that was he manages like agility and strength very well, and he knew when to stay in and when to go out. It feels like to me when I watch that stuff, it looks like he's getting too aggressive, but I feel like that's a mark of a good player, knowing how to squeeze out every single possible offense.
Mag is back here in the bottom lane, 10 seconds on hookshot. I wonder if they're going to try and go on Maya again. He's got pretty low mana, so he can't strength more forever.
He buys actually a mango and just gonna carry it out just for the instant 150 mana.
There you go. Mag's here, he's got that hookshot, he throws a flare just to try and keep eyes on this little area here. He's got lots of people behind him. Is he gonna try and split, or are they gonna go on Brick right now? Oh, nice, Earthspike is gonna catch 2. Phoenix is here as well. Maya now caught in the cogs. Waveform's out. Lots of damage onto Z-Rock. Mag throws forward the hookshot, but misses. Flub is in here doing a lot of rot damage to Mag.
He's doing a lot of damage himself.
He gets out just fine. There's gonna be an X onto Chaos. Chaos now gets torn it up, goes down. Very nice return. So it feels like Radiant are kind of stabilizing and playing better. I think one thing they needed to do was stop trying to go for ganks on this mid lane. Storm Spirit had a 6, so it was a lot harder than it was prior to that.
Yeah, well, once Storm Spirit hits 6, they just need to stop ganking him. It just basically becomes impossible to gank that character once he hits 6.
Yeah,
he has any kind of mana.
They have to like get a hook ult from Pudge and follow up with the Lion and have lots of lockdown there.
Yeah, definitely not something not Phoenix can do. Maybe if they want to gank him, maybe they should send Lion instead of the Phoenix, because Phoenix can't do anything against Storm Spirit. Yeah, on the net worth right now, we can see there's quite a bit difference for the Dire side. Storm Spirit basically tied up with the position 1 characters of both teams. Maya and Nightra sitting at both kind of 5.8k ish, 5.7k, and Storm Spirit also sitting way up there too, while hexing the other mid laners sitting only at 3k.
So tell me what you think about this statement. Getting the Lion the ability to get some economy this game is going to be vital.
I agree. I definitely agree. What?
Excellent. Gone to Nightra. They stop the blink. Here comes Flub with a nice dismember. Knight's kept in place, and they're going to get that kill. Very nice kill onto that anti-mage.
Perfectly executed. Yeah, as we were saying, I think you're right about the blink on Lion being very important, because of course one of the reasons they picked Lion here, I feel like, was to counter the anti-mage and Storm, who are both high mobility characters, which the Hex is really good at countering. So blink Hex is going to be vital to winning this game. That
was a massive stack they just cleaned up. Oh, but now Hexing in a little bit of trouble. Ignite into Fire Blast. Right click's coming in. Mag misses that hookshot, but it doesn't matter. He gets range and gets the cogs down. That'll be a kill on the Kunkka.
Yeah, Lion tried to help there, but there's nothing he could do in that situation. It's unfortunate. Kunkka just got there a little bit too late, but he did buy out. He does have his drums of endurance now, which is going to be a little awkward. He actually bought the entire drums, and he has 2 bracers now then. His 1 bracer in the inventory and
no.
Stash. It's stats. I guess it's not the worst thing that can happen, right?
Yeah, braces are great. Braces are a really good economy early game item. They give you what, an extra 180 HP or 120 HP. On him, they're gonna give him some stats.
Oh, Xerox probably gonna die here.
Xerox gets dismembered in the trees. They're gonna commit the finger for it. Not sure if it was needed. Chaos is in there, throwing down the ward, but gets booped up by Maya. Maya's going on Mag. He's got lots of people on. Beautiful hook from Pudge.
I didn't even expect that. I'm just looking at, Maya just running him down, and then it's like comical, like just hook appears out of nowhere from the side and kills it. Clockwork. Very well done.
Anti-Mage is pretty close to his Battle Fury.
Yeah, Radiant's definitely doing what they need to do to be able to come back in this game. And they are 5-manning, which is the very smart thing to do. They do recognize that their 5-man is a lot stronger than the Dire's 5-man, at least in the early game. Kunkka just X-marked Brick, so Brick can go back home and refill his bottle for him.
Very nice. We got people coming in looking like they want to defend. Mag gets a hook onto Flub. Here he is, caught in the cogs. Flub is going to go down. Phoenix, not enough to heal him up. Here comes the boat. Catches onto Mag. Mag going down. Nice waveform come from Maya. Xerox now X'd up. The egg going down onto Xerox. Xerox getting stunned. Not enough to keep him in place for the egg, but now a lot of damage going out. Night is up here in the top, trying to just dodge this fight. Xerox taking a lot of damage. Oh, here comes Reject. Reject comes in, gets a kill onto the Lion. Morphling takes down that Ogre Magi finally, and Witch Doctor is now back here again. They get the kill on the Phoenix. Hexing taking a lot of damage. Kunkka trying to get out of here. Here comes Anti-Mage. Booping him up. A hook from... Oh no!
Oh no!
Hook! That's gonna pretty much kill Kunkka. It was a nice try from Flub. I feel like maybe if he was a little further away at the tower when he did it, but he did blink in very aggressively to try and close that gap. Now Flub taking a lot of damage from Reject as well.
We just might commit to this. Yeah, there he goes.
Yep.
Oh.
More than enough to get him. He's gonna just A-click the creeps, reset that tower aggro. That fight went horribly for the Radiant. Actually, it went pretty...
Yeah.
It went really well in the beginning and then turned really badly for Radiant.
They just stayed too long. Yeah, and especially at the end there when Maya respawned and came back and hooked Kunkka, so the Witch Doctor could basically shackle them with the cask. Was pretty disastrous. But look, on the bright side, Maya did get out. He did manage to get to the side shop and just teleport out, which is the character they need to keep alive in this game.
Yeah, Maya, 17 minutes, he's got his Lincolns up, so...
Yeah, very good timing for Lincolns.
What's he can... The Cask, the Storm Spirit stun, and the Ogre Ignite stun, all very, very good skills for him to be able to block.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a good Morphling item in general, but yeah, it definitely has a lot of use.
Taking a lot of damage here in the mid. He is dismembered up. They've got the Sunray going out, but instead... Storm Spirit's gonna come in and kill that Phoenix and the Lion, completely turn that around.
Godlike. He has 18 charge on his Bloodstones already.
This is going to be a Storm Spirit early.
Show.
It looks like he's going for an Orchid as well.
Yeah. I actually generally like the Orchid build first, but when you're super ahead, I think Bloodstone first can be definitely alright. So definitely a safer build.
When it's 18 minutes and you have 18 charges, things are going well for you, and you made the right call at that point. Xerox stunning up Hexing. He puts the Ignite out. Xerox is kind of by himself, though. Gets X'd up, torns it up. Storm's here. Maya is here as well, though. They're going to kill at that Ogre, and now Reject taking a lot of damage. That first Coconut cast does get blocked. Reject now on the retreat. He's going to ball out. Maya, he's got waveform.
No,
he just
too
TPs.
Hard. And that could have been really used for them, but yeah, once Storm Spirit that much mana regeneration, it gets really hard to catch him.
Radiant,
yeah, this is why, as you said,
around the spot.
Link on Lion is so important.
I think a wise choice from Radiant.
Yep.
So tell me, Reject coming in again. Very nice.
The healing
is keeping him alive, and now he's stunned up. That is a disastrous shot. Storm Spirit back immediately. Tried very hard for that kill, but it was 5. He knew there was 5.
Yeah, a little too cocky, I suppose. I mean, he instantly respawns, but down to 12 Blossom Charge, and he fed away about 1,000 gold over there when he died. So definitely not
Golgi,
worth it.
what's your read on this game right now? How are things looking for each of these teams?
Oh, I think it's going so well for Dire. As we talked about earlier, there's a fight going.
I'm gonna interrupt for Cogs, Catch Hexing, and Flub both caught in with the Death Ward. It is. Oh, who went down there? I don't know, but Flub is just barely alive. Kunkka did go down. There goes Flub. Ogre Magi died on the back line. Phoenix is gonna egg up. Catches Chaos. Chaos now taking a lot of damage. Chaos should go down here. A little bit of harass damage. Oh, Mag is getting close. He's gonna cog up. Now Phoenix taking a lot of damage. Maledict Tick is gonna destroy him. Reject going down on Brick. Brick goes down as well. So, Maya, once again, dodging. I think he was in there and getting some kills in that fight, or did he just dodge that entire thing?
No, he was there. I think. Oh no, wait, it doesn't show anything. No, he said he did damage in the fight. So he was there. He just TP'd out when things were going bad.
So tell me about these teams. Yeah, who's ahead? What does the other team need to do? How are things going right now? Anything standing out for you?
Right now, I think right now, if the game was even, I think Dire is winning. But especially if Dire is winning right now, I think that just goes to show how well they're doing. Because their draft is definitely not meant to be winning the mid game. Their draft is designed to be like space creating mid game. Like they're not completely useless, but they're meant to be kind of like farming on the storm here, farming on the anti-mage rather than going for aggressive pickups. But they're going for aggressive pickups right now,
here,
which is really good.
He's got a remnant, I'm sure. Yeah, he's. Oh, actually, he just made it to the anti-mage.
Oh,
Trying
no.
to go. Maya taking a lot of damage. He's morphing that strength, but he has no more mana left. Maya goes down. That is not good. He didn't have a remnant. He was very deep, maybe thinking he could get a pick off, but didn't have a remnant
can't go
back.
that deep.
Or
He had
replicate.
no sight. Yeah, he had no sight of the entire enemy team there, and then there are no wards obviously on their side, on the Dire side. So he's just went completely blind. Yeah, maybe he's a little distracted right now talking to his teammates. Something can happen.
Does have his Ghost Scepter up.
Yeah.
I didn't see him using it there.
He's going for a hard carry build basically. Usually you see Morphs kind of pick up a Dragonlance early game, but he doesn't want to waste any time going for a full carry build, so he can get pick off so he can carry the entire team.
So looking at Lion, he's got arcane boots and a ring. He's got 1,100 gold, so he's not doing too bad, but it may take a little bit. I'm thinking, what are we expecting here? Probably around maybe 28 minutes or so. He hopefully can have a Blink Dagger if things go well.
Yeah, I think you can tell that Brick actually doesn't play Lion very often because Ring of Basilius and Arcane Boots aren't really items you usually build on Lion because he doesn't need mana thanks to his if you can use mana drink properly, and you usually want to get Tranquil Boots for extra move speed and health regen.
Maybe he was planning on splitting that off into an Aether.
Yeah.
Mag?
Mag going on the illusion.
Yeah, just got an illusion. Maya replicates to it, and he's in here now, though. That is an easy kill. Bait, easy bait.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Hexing is going to find two here in the jungle. Doesn't Hex anyone up. He had his team behind him. I felt like they probably could have gotten at least a kill on Chaos there.
I think he probably thought Reject was there. Reject actually got hooked?
Yep, doing some damage, getting damage done by Flub, but he will have the ball. He will just ball on out.
If maybe Flub waited just it looked like 1 second for Brick to teleport in, or start teleporting in earlier, then that was definitely a kill with the polymorph, with the Hex, I'm sorry. But yeah, unfortunately not for that. But it does look like Brick is setting up for the Blink Dagger, which is good. Because his team is going to need it.
But yeah, to your point, what you were saying, the arcane boots, for those unaware, you get tranquils on them because the tranquils will regen your health, and then you just mana drain, and you can top yourself off on health and mana, and never be low.
Yeah, and then since Lion's such a good early game ganking hero, that I think you get extra 40 move speed if you build tranquils over arcane.
Yep.
You get 35, so it does matter quite a bit.
Considerable amount. Reject going in on Maya, trying to do a lot of damage here. Oh, Phoenix is gonna hang up. Reject just Bloodstone denies himself.
Oh, that's good. down to 9 charges. They're doing what they need to do against the Storm Spirit. But Night Raw farming away. We didn't actually check on his items. He has a Battle Fury, Vanguard, and Yasha.
That's very nice.
2.2k gold in his bank, so Manta coming out real soon.
Yep. Once that Manta's out, we'll expect to see him fighting a lot more. And then, does he just go straight for an Abyssal, or does he not really need it against this team? They've got...
Well, after Manta, you either go Abyssal. I think, for me, personally, I like to go either
Brick gets hook shot, but Hook is going to be here to not quite save him. Reject is going to be able to ball in and get that kill anyway. Oh my goodness, Coconut going out, and there's a ward down as well, taking a lot of damage on everyone. Phoenix goes down, Night Raw, cleaning up the flub.
Kanka might die to Melodic. Oh,
last nice bottle use.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is when it gets hard because the other team is so good at ganking, especially if they have so much money. Storm Spirit is online, Anti-Mage is online, and Clockwork is online, so there's nowhere to save, so they have to a hard fight man basically now. Oh no, that flare.
Kunkka went down. Good flare, nice from downtown.
Good job by Meg, nice situational awareness there.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this.
I can't remember what I was talking about before this happened. Alright, Anti-Mage
and stuff. Yeah, Anti-Mage.
Yeah, I like usually at this point, if I need to think about CC, I'll get BKB. If not, I almost always go Abyssal, because I don't think there is much other items that you really want Anti-Mage. You could go for a Butterfly if you're really ahead. But yeah, I think the progression is almost always Battle Fury into Manta style into either Abyssal or a BKB. So I think both choices are very valid for him. Abyssal definitely if he wants to join on the Gank Fest. And if he wants to just play it safe, he can play BKB.
Yeah. The BKB I think would be pretty good into this team that they have. Just to deal with X's, they've got the Hex and Stun.
Yeah. And also, of course, you know, as most people know, Storm Spirit is considered to be the best Aegis carrier in the entire game because regenerating his entire health is pretty good, but also getting the full mana pool is insane on a Storm Spirit. One of those characters that can actually exploit both of those things.
Oh, there's a smoke coming out from two of the Dire supports. They've spotted Hexing here in the jungle, and the hook is gonna land. Caught in the cogs. Reject comes in, tons of damage. A nice hook from Flub, but actually that's gonna get Reject and his Aegis popped. Going in for the rest of that kill. Reject is now coming back up, lots of damage. Trying to go on Morphling, instead zips back out, decides better of it. They got their kill. Chaos gonna be kind of away from his team, gets hooked and killed. So 1-for-1 trade.
Unfortunately, it looks like Lion actually won't get Blink Dagger in the wild because he's actually have less money than the last time we checked. Even though he didn't buy much items, just, you know, support life, getting killed and wards.
Z-Rock, but Flub gets gone on by Jordan Hansen. Oh no, Maya has his
that finger.
E-Blade. Finger comes out. Ogre gonna be dead. But yeah, Maya's got his E-Blade now, so...
Yeah. That's why he used to kill the Storm Spirit the first time around. But yeah, that finger actually didn't even pick up the kill because the finger has what, like a 0.25 second after you land the spell before the damage registers, and the target actually died during that 0.25 seconds. So a little bit unnecessary finger there. Actually, which is good to point out, is Storm Spirit is actually building at Lincoln's, which I was about to suggest him build. Definitely a very strong item. It's actually an item that Anti-Mage could think about building, but BKB is better on him.
Yeah. And Anti-Mage does have a full basher purchased in his stash, so we should see that Abyssal coming out very soon.
Like that's like 1,100 gold, I think.
Look like they want to fight or push, get themselves some space. Reject goes in onto Maya, taking a lot of damage though. Did get E-bladed, and he's actually X'd back. Mag got the hook in, but now dying in his own cogs. Gets force staffed out, but takes the last hit. Chaos goes down to a dismember as well.
Oh,
A nice hook onto Xerox. Xerox now caught out. That'll be a 3-0. Very nicely done by Radiant, getting themselves back in this game. They're gonna get themselves a tower, get that last outer tier 1.
I think Reject might
is looking
be
for a kill.
He thinks better of it this time though.
With that
He
sun
won't
ray,
go like last time.
yeah, that Sunray really able to sustain his team. Phoenix kind of in the back though if he spots him.
Storm actually has his Lincolns now, so they don't know about it.
And
So
there it is.
he might get polymorphed here, but he doesn't care.
The sorry, Orchid out onto Phoenix, but it wasn't quite enough. He's gonna have to just get the hell out. Doing his best, and that'll be a easy 1-2 tier 1 tier 2.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Yeah, picking up a lot of money for the Radiant side here. Flub actually has his Aghanim Scepter in 20 gold or 10 gold, so picking up some relevant items here. Phoenix is going to be able to finally pick up his Yules. Kunkai is making his way onto the Daedalus. And Morphling working on the Manta stuff. And Morphling actually, Maya's going to have this, he's going to have this Manta style very soon. He has the 2,200 gold in the stash to just need the recipe. Yeah, he does pick up the ultimate orb. It's so kind of strange when you, to me, when you don't see like Morphling without a Dragon Lance anymore. I feel like that item is just so common on him now. But I can see Maya's thought process here of just going for like straight up efficient carry without any kind of like early game items, just so he can make sure he's participating in team fights early.
Yeah, with their X and with their X, their hexes, and their hooks, I don't think the Dragonlance can almost be a somewhat wasted slot if he's not needing the extra. The range, you know, the stats are very good, but it's range, and you transition it into the
Hurricane Pike.
Hurricane Pike, and if he doesn't need it, then it's I guess yeah, I agree with, like you're saying, I agree with him for not getting it.
Yeah, just making sure he can do as much damage as possible.
Reject, they know he's here.
After this. Going for the hook! Oh my god!
Got that hook. He's gonna have to TP out. Meanwhile, Maya's getting caught at top. He does have a remnant or a replicate. Goes straight back. Very nicely done, man.
So many slippery characters in this game. Yeah, another thing about Morphling is healing is so efficient on him, just because he has such a low health total when he's Agimorphed. So a single Urn charge can put him into full life.
Regeneration.
Brick actually decided to go for a 4-staff. Looks like he decided Blink Dagger is a little bit too much of a dream for his support dreams right now. Reject tried to go on the Phoenix, but wisely the Phoenix have already bought a Yule Scepter now, so he's basically kind of immune to Reject pickoffs. Very well thought out.
Yeah, definitely a note on the Lion. I agree with what he's doing here. A lot of times you get tunnel vision, like, I need a blink, and so you just sit there and try to buy out that blink. For a support like this, someone who needs to be active, especially in this part of the game, an item that's smaller to build up, or has an easier build up, is much more advantageous, and he can do a lot. He's going against the Clockwork. Why wouldn't you have a 4-staff?
Oh, flub. That's rough. Yeah, that's the Abyssal Blade reveal, though. Looks like they're gonna go with a push here with 50-second down flub. They know they're gonna have an easy time pushing high ground here, because one of the things definitely you're worried about when you're pushing high ground is characters like Pudge that can displace you.
Guys out in front, we got the full teams. They look like they're lined up, ready. It's actually going to be a nice double multicast. Is going to pop the Lincolns, but still put the Ignite on Maya.
Good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
The thing to mention is that Meg actually did pick up a Aghanim Scepter on his Clockwork, so we're going to be seeing the 12-second hooks.
Tons of hooks. X onto Mag, he gets torrented up. Here comes the Sun Ray. Damage going out.
Phoenix might
Xerox
die
is
here.
in front
Wow.
though. Oh, Night Rod just absolutely destroys him. Bow goes out, doesn't connect with anyone. Brick is way out front. He's gonna get hooked himself. Doesn't get caught in the cogs, but he force-staffed himself trying to get out, but was facing the enemy. Pushed himself to his death. He was dead anyway, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Pudge is back though. He's throwing them hooks out.
Middle tower go?
Meanwhile, Reject is taking the bottom tower.
Alright, yep, pushing bottom, pushing mid. A nice hook comes out, gets flub. Oh, Night Raw's caught in the cogs. There he goes finally. Manta's out. Manta Illusion's going. Maya trying to delay up. Mag taking a lot of damage, but he's able to get out. So that'll be a disengage. It's pretty nice. 2 tier 2s and 2 kills, and you just back with no consequences. I'll take it. I'll take it every day.
Roshan is going to be up pretty soon now too, and they're going to be able to do a lot with the Roshan. Yeah, this is the end game coming into effect here, with Anti-Mage being farmed up and Storm Spirit being farmed up. If Storm Spirit can pick up a Bloodthorn here, I think their damage output is going to go through the roof. Like, Anti-Mage and Anti-Illusions on a Bloodthorn target is insta-death, basically.
So what can Dire do here? Or what can Radiant do here, excuse me?
They really need a good initiation by the Lion. Probably Blink, somehow like catch Storm Spirit off guard, you know, Mana Drain to pop the Lincolns into Polymorph, kill Storm Spirit. Actually, maybe you don't want to kill Storm Spirit first because he actually has a boost of travels now. He will respond instantaneously with the Bloodstone stacks, and he'll just get back into the fight. I think they really need to. I mean, Anti-Mage actually has a big KB now too. Oh, that sucks. But I mean, they really need to kill one of the carries.
Maya getting gone on by Reject. They don't have enough for him. You can't kill him. Don't be silly.
Definitely not. They gotta watch out here. Dyers are going to be converging on their location. But yeah, they definitely need to be able to pick up one of the carries to be able to win any fights here. And they do have the tools for that. They do have the Punch Hook and the Lion Hex. But the hard part is getting in position for those.
I've never seen a scan be red from start to finish. That's what just happened there with all these people up in the jungle. Alright,
yeah,
Dire's
right
positioning
now
themselves for a top push. Look at this tower. I think at this rate, I think Radiant should see it coming. They should just deny it and back.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Flip going for some hooks. Smoke.
Oh,
Night
no,
Raw's
what
out
is he
in
doing?
front. He's gonna get stunned up. Now taking a lot of damage. Brick misses, only hits the illusions. Everything going out. Death Ward down. Here comes the boat. Knight locks onto 2. It'll be only Lion hitting the deck in that engagement. Actually, Flub did buy back as well. Z-Rock taking a lot of damage on the Ogre Magi. Now Phoenix is out in front. He already used his dive. Flub bought back, gets a hook onto Night Rise, being dismembered right now, but the team is ready to fight him. Flub, oh, what a coconut bounce. Gets him, locks Flub into place. That was a dieback on Flub. So now they're going to have a very easy high ground. Oh, Maya doing a ton of damage to Knight, but now taking a ton in return. Goes down to that Mana Void. And this would be 1, maybe 2 sets of rags.
Pretty hard to burst down an Anti-Mage, especially with the Spell Shield passive there. Yeah, so that's going to be game. They're going to be able to take 2, 3, maybe. Yeah, 2 or 3 racks
At least
here.
2.
Yeah.
Radiant's top barracks have fallen.
With Maya down, Maya's down 50 no buyback. I think they can easily go get all the wrecks right now. They
Yeah,
could
I think this
probably-
was kind of a bad draft coming out from the side of the Radiant here.
Brick getting
They're-
absolutely exploded.
Radiant's middle barracks are
Yeah, their draft had kind of like they really didn't have a strategy with their draft. They didn't know if they want to play early game, late game, or mid game.
Mag
Phoenix.
hooking in, Cogs and Phoenix out. That'll be the GG call.
Yeah, not much to say about this one.
bottom tower.
Dire had a really good draft, and they played the draft properly.
Absolutely agreed. Yeah, we kind of expected that we needed to see more happen out of the Radiant in the early. Instead, it seemed like everything was going Dire's way.
Yeah, just that those 2 failed ganks over onto the Storm Spirit, getting him like 4 kills by 10 minutes. That's definitely what turned the game around. I mean, started the game on a bad foot for them.
All right, everyone, that was Game 1, Lobby 2, DotP Wednesday in-houses. We still got Game 1 going on over on the stream, so make sure you check that out, and we will see you guys when that ends.